it's been quite a while. I haven't come out to speak to you people. And it is not just because I've been so busy doing the things I do best and making sure that I don't get myself into the propaganda gibbery, which has not done any good to this struggle. But it is equally because I've asked myself, what else am I supposed to discuss with you people? What else am I supposed to say? Because it seems as if no one is listening. And it actually seems as if people really do not care. At times, you might reject the messenger, but you might receive the message. But no matter how good the message is, when you reject the message, you continue to do the same thing, which is not only going to affect you as an individual negatively, but will affect every other person. Then you got a problem. You got a problem. I want to speak to each and every one of you who is watching me today about what I call the cancer of the mindset. Because the problem we have faced in this struggle and we continue to face, even as I speak at this moment, is that cancer of the mindset. It has eaten into the very fibers of this struggle. And as much as people will come out and write, we are winning bigly and the rest. No, that is not the truth. That is big lie. It is like the big lie that has almost destroyed the United States democratic system. We have a problem. It is a very serious one. Our problem is not the annexationist. That one is an issue recorded historically, legally, legitimately. But the problem we are facing is a very deadly one. It is self-poisoning, self-mutilation, self-destruction. And a vast majority of you people who are watching me at this moment are guilty of this problem. A vast majority of you are guilty of this problem. You have either promoted this issue directly or indirectly. I'm not going to spare anything. I just want to tell you people the way I speak. So don't bother whether you are going to throw insults as normal or whatever. That has nothing to do with me. Those who know me know the way I carry myself. I'm not perfect, but I have struggled to work towards perfection for the struggle of my homeland, which is your homeland to those of you who are watching me because you belong to this. It is a nightmare to those of you who are watching me who belong to La République du Cameroon, those who work for Semil and the rest, who are now live watching me to hear what I will say. Listen. Listen. We got a problem. That problem is so huge that if we do not find within ourselves the courage to accept that this is the problem and this is the solution, freedom will not come. We will lose everything we have fought for. Everything. Someone might not be able to tell you people this. I will say it. It is not what you watch on Facebook. It is not what you watch on SCBC. It is not ABC or what. No. Freedom will not come if after I would have explained to you people why we find ourselves where we are and how we continue to dig that hole deeper, freedom will not come. I don't care what you say. It will not come, and I mean it. I say this because I am on the ground. People might say whatever they want to say. All of you know that. You know that. You've seen the Kumba Manfe Road. You've heard the deer of Kumba crying and crying that if you don't go to Mato area and the rest and stop those young men and women from that area, you will never win this war. I don't go out and make propaganda. I don't care. We were the first to put on uniforms on the ground because we were prepared to defend our homeland before others even washed their faces to get up from sleep to realize that freedom is our only way towards governance. What is cancer of the mindset? The problem that has plagued this struggle is not an argument about whether we should be liberated. It is not a debate on how we should go along it, because from the beginning it was a debate. The argument was that Dr. Akwanga and Lucas Cho Ayaba were trying to bring war in the country. All of you know the insults we receive, where people swore to us that, no, we don't want self-defense. We are the holy of holies. We will just take a broomstick and we will kill the snake that is annexing us. We will just march to Boya. And you all are aware of this. And there are a vast majority of you watching me who are guilty of this. You are guilty. You told us that self-defense is inconsequential. You will just walk your way and get countries and talk to them and you have freedom. I don't know whether it was where you were dreaming from. It was not just a nightmare. It was a horrific dream that most of you had. Unfortunately, you have refused to come out from that dream. And thousands of our own young men and women are being slaughtered every day because you have refused to come out. We have shocked you with warning, shocked you with caution, shocked you with advice. Do everything that is necessary to get you out of that dream. You have refused. Unfortunately, no matter what we do, as long as each one of you is still sleeping, freedom will not come. There is no piece of land that Akwanga is going to free and say, this is my own land. There is no piece of land that Ayaba is going to free and say, this is my own land. There is no piece of land that Ayok, Sako, Bo Herbert, Elvis Kometa, Jomba Akuru, nobody is going to free a piece of land and say, this is my own homeland. I'm going to call it Ambazonia, Ambasbelia, Republic of Cuba or whatever. It's not going to happen. It is one piece of land. A piece of land that has not been freed. But the vast majority of you people are fighting to govern that land. That is the cancer of the mindset. From the very beginning, I have it on my phone. I warned my own brother, Milan Atam, that this thing you people are about to do is going to bring total destruction in the struggle. Stop it before it is too late. My brother wrote back to me and told me that he just wants to finish this thing and take a rest. But I know very well that my brother has not rested since then. He moved away from the IG, started Scope, and he's still there. So it was not an issue of taking a rest. Otherwise, he would have disappeared like the pharmacists, the medical doctors, the engineers who thought that this struggle was an issue of coming to show how rich you are in the United States. The largeness of the house you have bought, the car you are driving, the businesses you are running back even in La République du Cameroon, while thinking that you are in the struggle and pretending that you want to fight to chase them out of our land. Or those in Europe, wherever they find themselves. Or in Southeast Asia, in China, where they don't even have freedom, except the freedom to insult every other Ambazonian. That is the freedom they have. Cancer of the mindset. When I had a meeting, a one-on-one with Uncle Jay, all of you know him. He recently died. The Honorable Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings. He won against this cancer of the mindset. Look at it. How could people take 4 years fighting on governing without liberating? Can anyone prove to me, show me where the argument in this struggle has been the issue of liberating the homeland? Can you show me? From the beginning, there were people who said, yes, we said we should use every means available. But we know that the only way in making the world to listen to us is to prepare and go full-fledged on the armed struggle. That will give room to the diplomatic and the political actions for the good of everyone. They said we were crazy. For myself, I went to China. When I finished talking to the people, I spoke to them. In fact, they were not able to challenge me directly, but there were people behind were looking at me and said, this guy is mad. What is he talking about? Unfortunately, those same people started running self-defense groups without having an idea of what self-defense is all about. They put in bandits on the ground, criminals. Those who have jumped away from prison, they have killed people, gave them guns. And that is how they started messing up a liberation struggle. They became kidnappers. They start doing all types of things. We have given them guns. They don't realize that gun is to free themselves, to defend their homeland, their grandmoms, their granddads, their kids, their brothers' children, their nieces, their cousins, their family and their community. They turn the guns against their own. And each one of you who is out here, you think that because you send $500 or $1,000, you form a self-defense unit. You don't get it. You do not get it. See where we are. See where we are. I am saying this not because I want to say it. I am saying that until we come out of this cancer of the mindset, where people are fighting to govern a land they have not liberated, we are not going anywhere. And while we are not going anywhere, people's children will be dying. Others will not have the opportunity to go to school. It is easy for us to pass ghost towns, but it is unfortunate that we don't even think about the future. We don't think how long we will go. How prepared are we? How prepared are we? It is not by talking. It is not by opening our mouth and shouting that we will go as long as it takes us. No, that is false. Many people who said these things are no longer talking about this struggle. They are not saying that, let me look at my family. I don't think this thing will go anywhere. How will it go somewhere when you, who came and caused chaos, have abandoned it? How do you think it will go somewhere? I don't get it. And then you people are praying every day. Those in prison are praying without ever apologizing in the error they made. God will not listen to you. Those who are outside are thinking they are in freedom. No, you are not in freedom. You are worse than those in prison. They are praying for people who are even in prison that they should die. God will not listen to your prayers. In fact, He will reduce your days here on earth. He will reduce your days. I don't care whether you think that you are a prophet, you are a pastor, you are a seminarian or whatever. God don't give a damn about that. Not even our traditions. See what we have done. A group of people in Nigeria thought that this thing was a game. They came together, created singer and all whatnot. Before we discovered people were running to Nigeria. I myself am partly guilty because I remember that I paid money for Fuabe Victor, Timothy Tengu Meyembi and others. The SYL removed that money from the pocket. All because we were convinced that, okay, let us not stay aside. Maybe if we come together, we can put this bundle together and do the right thing. Little did we know that we were going there to help individuals concretize the cancer of the mindset, where they want to start governing us without even freeing the homeland. Before they finished that first meeting, there was already trouble. Now they say it was governing council. What did we achieve with the governing council? Chaos. You can even hear the name, governing council. It is not Liberation Council. It was governing council. That is how they instituted it. South Africa and Nigeria were at the helm of this. They were at the helm of this. They want to govern. We were small boys. We have no jobs. They insulted us. We had no money. We had no big cars. It's just like those who said that, who is Akwanga? He has only advanced level. The moment Akwanga became a doctor, who is Akwanga? He has no job. The moment Akwanga will have a job, who is Akwanga? He's very small. He cannot do anything. We need a huge man. This is how they shift the goalpost while making sure this struggle is slowly being suffocated and our people are dying, and all those who have even died, the Kang Zakaria and Jifet, Philip Tete, Martin Chonomo, Ntaneng Daniel Ndifon, Konse Emmanuel Ntaneng, all those who have died, Yaya Grace. You have General Andrew, General Ivor, General Machine. Now it's General Kata, out of illness. All those who have died, they don't mean anything to most of you. You come to Facebook every day and pretend. See what you people have done. From the beginning, you people came up with this idea. You thought it was a bookish issue. Book is not going to liberate the homeland. Most of you don't even know who you are dealing with. You don't understand La République du Cameroon. You don't get it. You are in South Africa. You are in Nigeria. Look at the chaos. Governing council. Before I discover, even where I was in that meeting, I told my sister Nalova, I'm not going to sign this document if you people are trying to set up a government. I spoke that day. Mr. Mfongalamfo, Mr. Augustine Dangam, they were all in the hall. They heard me. I said, if you dare form this thing which is going to cause chaos, that is a government. I will oppose it because it's going to bring total destruction. Little did I even finish speaking. They have created a governing council. Who were us? I'm sorry to use some crude words here. We were shit no clean last. Empty last, empty ngongo, according to them. They met us in the struggle. And they came in, they were not coming to liberate it, to join. They were coming to govern us and govern the land. And that is the mindset that is still ongoing. Even when we had an opportunity, which was a good one, that they came up with SCBC. What was SCBC used for? It wasn't used to liberate homeland. SCBC was used for propaganda tool for governance, where people can impose themselves upon the majority of the people. The same thing they are saying they are escaping from La République du Cameroon. We are in this today. Our brothers are in and sisters are in prison. People are suffering. And we are in this. Up to a few days ago where our other brothers went online. They decided to go to ABC and decided to take down another brother who is in prison. It was not because they were debating about the issue of liberation. I don't think Comrade Chris Ano and all the others have a problem on that we should liberate our homeland. No. The fight and the beef they had with Ayok Julius Tabe is governance. Who is going to govern us? Cancer of the mindset. Rather than liberating the land, and then you start looking for means how you are governing it. You want to govern the people before liberating the land. Chaos. Total chaos. Governing council, not liberation council. They didn't want the word liberation. Liberation was a taboo. It's going to make them look like extremists. Extremists. See where we are. And people keep pretending as if they don't know. You find people who talk with double mouth. The very people who were running behind limousine and putting red carpets are the same people who are insulting with just no shame. The very people they were running behind. I can't get it. I don't even know from which planet, I don't even know who created you people. I don't get it. I don't get it. Nobody is going to challenge Akwanga on the basis of deliberation, that the strategy is wrong. It's going to challenge Akwanga that if I destroy Akwanga, if I destroy X, I destroy Y, I will govern. You will govern who? Who are you going to govern? You can't even govern me that you are insulting. You will govern who? All of this have been an issue of governance. You remove from governing council instead of liberation council. Where did we go to? Before we discover overnight, we were in Nigeria. We were fighting to go to where? Zaria. To do what? Not to sit somewhere and strategize on how we can liberate our land. We were trying to up the game on governance. Cancer of the mindset. Because we came into this thing, the vast majority of you people, the vast majority, you came into this. And you were thinking that the banana was already ripe. It was time to eat. And even when you saw the banana, you want to grab the entire bunch and make sure nobody else can touch it. Greed. Greed. And rather than look inside hindsight yourself and see what you have done, you are looking for every means to throw dirt on other people. See where we are. When people are even behind the scenes struggling to bring these governance people together so that they should realize that we need to liberate first, others go online and start throwing insults. Who is fooling who? When you go out, you destroy the other person like that, you go and destroy the other person. Who is going to negotiate with who? You think that if you tear down the other person, then the annexationists will negotiate with you? You are lying. You are lying. You know what? The annexationist is telling the rest of the world, you see why we don't want to negotiate? They can't even talk to themselves without fighting and insulting. How can we negotiate with these people? The annexationist is saying that if we enter into any negotiation, it's not going to work because nobody will implement it. And on this, the annexationist is 1,000,000 times right. It's right. How can you people be like this? How can you people be like this? You insult everybody. Look at Barrister Nso, somebody of repute. He has come to America. He has forgotten where truth is. He's forgotten who he is. You look at him now, you cannot even recognize who he is. He himself cannot recognize himself. Let me say this before he goes to ABC and insult me. I don't give a damn. He won't change me. He met me in this struggle. He could be older than me, my senior brother. He met me here. And nobody is ever going to tell me, what have you achieved? You see this cap? This. I was wearing this thing in Kondenge. In front of Paul Money, who became the head of prisons, director of prisons. I wore this in front of Simon Joko, the superintendent of prisons. Including my Ambazonia t-shirt. This one, the day Pierre Desiree Engo saw it, he was asking that, Sasekwa, what is that? You find cowards who come into the white man's land and they think that you can go out there and do anything? You don't think of the homeland? For God's sake, for the love of our foreparents, those who have died, where are you people coming from? You want to govern. And then you, even in the APLM, we have got that same problem. You find people in Sokadev where you invite them to go for meetings, they don't go. They're always afraid to go anywhere. They are scared. They don't want their names out there. What did they do? They sneak themselves out and go and form their own organizations. What do? They create an arm wing in Bisali. And what has happened in Bisali? The arm wing they created became a tool for the killing of children of Mundani origin. Governance, as I'm telling you people. I come from Bichati. My own Bichati brothers and sisters who have no knowledge of guerrilla warfare, who have seen me as an extremist and even called me a terrorist long before La République even used those words. Because they want to govern without liberating Bichati and the homeland. And since I don't speak Bichati, I became a lesser Bichatian than them. They have to create their own military, their own self-defense group, not to liberate Ambazonia, to protect the houses they have built in the village. So you can imagine, how are we going to succeed? Governance. They want to govern. Who are you, small boy? You want to come and govern us? You want to liberate us? No, it's not liberation. Everywhere you look at it, it has been the issue of governance. I don't call it power. It's govern. You cannot govern my people without liberation. You cannot. You must liberate first. Then you can start governing. You must liberate first. There is just nowhere in the world, anywhere where people have governed before liberating. This is where we are. At times I come out here, I don't want to call names, but if I don't do that, I'm not going to sleep well. Look at it. It's governance. Some will tell you that, oh, you are in a group. You are in a movement. You think something is wrong. You never raise your voice. You never try to discuss about it. You go behind, you gossip. And then the next second, you create your own. And then because you also want power, you want to govern the people, you are deceiving even your leaders not to collaborate, not to talk to any person. I am telling you people this today, mark my words. No one man, the way you have all set it up, or individual group, no matter what you show down there, is going to free that homeland. If that is what any of you is waiting for, you are wasting your time. You will wait until hair will grow on your teeth. These ones. It will not happen. You see, Southern Cameroons is in my blood. So I personally have liberated myself. I carry it anywhere I go. So at times when I see what people are doing, I just smile. I say, they don't know what they are doing. They don't get it. So somebody will say, you will never get that Southern Cameroons. No, for me, Akwanga, I have it already. It's in me. Because there is just nothing that will make me to accept La République du Cameroon. And even when you people go out, Akwanga has collected his own money. He's no longer appear on Facebook. Am I working for you? Are you paying me? If Akwanga is not coming to Facebook, why can't you come to Facebook and advise the people and lecture them and tell them what to do and do the right thing? It is as if when Akwanga even comes and talk, you will listen. You will not listen. When your job is to gossip and spread lies. I've been here several times. I've said, if there is anybody in La République du Cameroon who know that they gave me money, that I should give up this struggle, they should come out. Let them bring their evidence. Let them come out. And you people stop throwing all these things. I am the one who told you people that I had a meeting on how to mitigate this struggle and bring both sides to the negotiating table with Mr. Eko Eko. And if I have another opportunity or he calls, I will have another meeting. I am not scared because I know my position. Those who were in that meeting know what happened in that meeting. I am not scared. I'm not a coward. I will meet whoever it is and I will tell you. I had a meeting with Colonel Bankwi at Trom Hotel. When everybody was escaping that he has come with poison, he's going to kill people. I met with him. I have it recorded. I went to that meeting with Neil Nessimbaga. Bankwi was brought by somebody from the embassy. I don't know them, but they know me. I took him to an open arena. But I made one thing clear to him. We agreed. While war is going on, people should start finding a means to talk, to see how we can come to the table and solve the problem. I am not scared. No, I am not. If I am that scared and chicken-hearted, what about the young men and women who are carrying guns? And for whose reason most of you people are here with this cancer of the mindset fighting to govern when you have not liberated the homeland? What about them? The risk they take, is it up to the one I'm taking? They carry weapons. They are fighting every day. Some of you don't even know the difficulties they have in having this means to defend themselves and give some of you people the possibility to go online and do all this madness that you are doing. Without self-defense, none of you will be talking about Southern Cameroons. Without self-defense, people cannot go online and insult their brothers in prison. Without self-defense, all of you would have perished. You would have shut off. That is what is holding this struggle. Some of you have fighters on the ground. They have not fought for more than 2 years. Every time you hear the name of X or Y group, they are fighting another non-state actor group. It's not La République. That is what is going on. That is what has been going on for a very long time. That is it. Cancer of the mindset. When people have a mindset that it's time to govern instead of time to liberate. Papa J warned that you might have a good case, but if you do not start working towards liberating yourself, you are not going anywhere, no matter what support some of us will give, no matter our voices. He was more than 100% right. May he rest in perfect peace. See where we are. Some of you took late Molan Njoli Tumbe. You took Ambassador Fossong. You took even late Justice Ebong. You used them for the purpose of governance. You took these old men who have played their own role. Instead of using them for who they are, you did what? You were like, we will be seen as the best people to govern the land if they see us with these people beside us. Is that not what you did? You were not bringing these men to use their knowledge to understand what to do. You were trying to bring them to say, because they are coming closer to us, oh, they are giving their blessings to us. They gave you their blessings. If they truly gave you their blessings, and this is what you are doing, that means they gave you their curse, not their blessings. They gave you their curse. You don't even know these men. I've worked with all of them. All. Even in their graves, they can testify. I've worked with all of them. I've gone to all of their houses. I've been with Molan Joe face to face. With Dr. Amin. In his house. When they were trying to get me to head the LDA youth wing, I told them that I am Southern Cameroonian. I don't have anything to do with politics in La Republic. Dr. Amin is alive. This is what we did. Look at even Professor Lumumba, an ardent Pan-Africanist. What have we done? We do not go to this man because we want really his voice to be something important and significant to this struggle. We are going closer to him because we want to say, no, I know Professor Lumumba. Prof, can I have your number? We got a problem. Can I have your number? And then you want to use him. Instead of him standing for the liberation of Southern Cameroon, he should be standing for the liberation of, or, no, not even liberation. He should be standing for you governing the people. That is the game. You people did the same thing with Dr. Masanga, who is running his network in Nairobi. Some of you even went to Dr. Masanga and told him that he should not carry me live. That was the days when you started SCBC. If I was like most of you, especially those of you who say you are leaders, I don't think I'll talk to anybody. Because the very people who insulted me in South Africa, who said all types of things, when I went there, they came, I received them. When SCBC that was used to take me down in their own way, when they were down, their ratings were down and nobody wanted to listen to them. They came to Akwanga. I gave an interview and they know what happened. I don't run away from anything. I don't run away. I am only feeling the pain because I know what is happening on the ground. I know what is happening on the ground. I will have to say these things. And like as I said, if you want to listen, you listen. You want to take the message, you take the message. If you think that is to reject the message and insult the messenger, go ahead. You are not doing any harm to me. No harm. But I am sorry for those who have lost their junior brothers and sisters on the ground. For all those who have been killed and who have been buried. Because of this crime of cancer of the mindset that you people have instituted into this struggle. That is the crime that has befallen the struggle. I'll be right back in 2 minutes. Excuse me. The reason I want to say these things here today, I know most of you, your involvement in this struggle is to rush to Facebook when somebody is on Facebook. You watch everybody, so you don't even know what they are saying. Akwanga is there, you watch. Ayaba comes, you watch. Jomba Akuru, you watch. In fact, you don't even know. At times you get confused. You get mixed messages. And when you get these mixed messages, you cannot even sift out and you don't know what to do. Yeah. Some of you, I don't blame you. It's because you are anxious to free your homeland. You want to know what is new. But some of you are equally confused. You are confused. You cannot be watching everybody. In a liberation struggle, you must have an ideology. You must know that what this or that person is saying is what I have a buy-in into. This is the person I watch. I don't have a problem with those who go online, but I can assure you that I, Akwanga, have never watched any individual, whether it is the activists or the leaders speak online. I've never done that. I train myself not to do that because I don't want to confuse what I'm thinking. I don't want to go online. Somebody is saying some gibberish or something that does not make sense. I start writing and challenging it. I don't want to do that. I have never listened. I repeat, I've never listened to any leader, any activist speaking online. Because I know that when they come online to speak, because of this philosophy of governance before liberation, it's going to be unnecessary attacks. For example, what I'm saying here now, I'm not attacking anybody. I'm being truthful. Because people don't know the difference between coming online and attacking people and just being open and truthful. I've given you a simple example. When you go to ABC, even as angry as you are, you take a brother who is in prison, you tear him or her or his sister down, and you throw those insults. What do you achieve? You tell me. What do you achieve? Even when you are preparing to have a private meeting behind the scene to see how things can be ironed, this is to tell you that even within that IG, there are people who are doing everything to make sure that an understanding is never arrived. Why? Because they are scared if an understanding comes, they'll no longer be called director of this, director of civil cabinet, as they call themselves. They have taken all the same positions that Paul Biya did. Director of this, minister of this, secretary of this and that. That is the fear. That is the fear. The reason I can talk to anybody is that nobody can convince me. You cannot convince me because this issue of liberation, I discussed it with my late dad. I saw documents none of you have seen. Before Dr. Emmanuel Belali Fafa Endeli died, he took me there to meet him. So I know about the Southern Cameroons. My own personal family history is a different story. Yet I've never refused to work with people. My hands are open. I'm embracing everybody, even those who have insulted me. Many of you know, you've insulted me, you've said all types of things. You come back, you tell me you are sorry. I just tell you forget about it. We continue talking. Because I know those things don't mean anything to me. What matters is freedom. But as long as we continue to fight to govern rather than to liberate, we are not going anywhere. We are not going anywhere. I repeat, we are not going anywhere. We have passed that disease to ground zero. A few days ago, you people saw a purported video online. They said, oh, General Sagat has gone to Likoko and liberated food in bags given by World Food Program from General Opopo. This is the issue of governance. How people who say they are carrying guns on the ground have joined this propaganda machinery of lies telling. One, the people of Likoko did not invite Sagat. I have the video here. I'll play it. They did not invite Sagat or Mountain Lions. Two, that food was not being kept by Opopo. It was being kept in a warehouse where the World Food Program has always been keeping their food. And that it is from there that they are distributing it. But look at what has happened. Because of this stupid propaganda of governance, do you know what has been exposed? Sagat, out of stupidity and ignorance, and trying to dominate and govern FACO rather than liberate FACO, has informed the annexationists that the World Food Program is not sharing food. They are giving food to Ambazonian liberationists to be the ones to share. Do you know the consequences of that? And as stupid as they are, Ngong Emmanuel, aka Capo Daniel, did not even realize the danger of it. Just because he knew that Opopo is Sokadev, he wants to tarnish Dr. Kwanga, he jumped online. Oh, Ambazonian groups are now coming together to fight against impunity. I don't know where he went and learned his own grammar. No investigation, nothing. Those are the journalists that we have. The governance journalists, as they call themselves, or activists or whatever. He put it out there. Look at the danger. If the World Food Program comes over to an area and feels that the best way to make sure that the community can have the support, the humanitarian assistance that they need, let us use the local people. They decide to use the local people. This is not being done by the books. This is being done by an understanding. And it is not an issue for publicity. But that is what you people did. That is what they did. Huh? That is what they did. Sagat took weapons, went down to, before going down to Likoko, he went and shot Felix, the communication director of Opopo's group. Shot his 2 legs. The pictures are here, so horrible. That's what Sagat did. Shot his 2 legs and was finding a way to kill him. You can't imagine. He made a video. They have not been fighting, no. They have not been fighting. In December, the reason I'm saying this is it has to do with governance. In December, after people have collected monies and said they will stop La Republic from coming to poison our land with the African Nations Cup, which they did nothing, I sent a squad from Meme to FACO, headed by the indefatigable General of Army Transporter. They arrived FACO. In December, they went to FACO, thinking that FACO was well equipped to join them, so that they will not only chase these people from Boya, they will chase them from Victoria. They arrived FACO. Mountain Lions had nothing. So Kadef has to give them, equip them. We came well equipped, thinking they were well equipped so that with that joint force, we can do something. They had nothing. I repeat, they had nothing. They can watch me and they know what I'm saying. They had nothing. Sagat and his people had nothing. We gave them materials, took them to Boya, fought in Boya for 3 days. The teams that were being housed in Boya, La Republique escaped with them to Victoria. We even dispatched a team to Victoria, gave them the know-how and the materials. When they went and planted the knockout, before the knockout even finished, the scent of the knockout finished, after it has reacted, 2 other groups are already claiming responsibility for something they knew nothing about. So we should go now and say, okay, since there's a lot of propaganda, every little action will come online and talk about it. We're being stupid. At that time, we are no longer guerrilla fighters. We are more propagandists. This is what he's doing in FACO. FACO that used to be a strong base is now weak. So Sagat is moving around looking for Popo because Sokadev just supplied him weapons. A few days ago, we supplied them weapons. We bought it. They pleaded to us to buy. The very time we're buying those things to give to them. This is an IG group. They were shooting the leg of our communication secretary. His 2 legs. This is part of his leg. This one is not even improving. This is what Sagat did. Shot his 2 legs. This is not even a fighter, it's a civilian, communication secretary. This is his right leg. It is not responding. After Sagat has done this, and decided to go and put the Likoko people together to make video, the question you ask is, what is the reason for this? Governance. They are not fighting to liberate. It is who will govern Sako, who will be the boss to say, I am the one who caused the shot in Fako area. Cancer of the mindset. It's not liberation. And the question I'm asking is, how do you think you can pray it will work? Even if you have Odeshi, it's not going to work. In fact, the Odeshi will deceive you. It will give you false hope and set you up so that the day you are going to be destroyed, you will not know what has taken you down. You say, I had Odeshi, but how did that bullet manage to penetrate me? It is all the evil things you are doing, the innocent blood that you are spilling on the ground. Do you think that those of you who killed Godfather and the others in Fako, do you think you will go free? How many have died? You know how many of you have died? You can't go free. This is the problem when you have armed robbers. You have people who have no knowledge and are not willing to listen, being controlled by even people who have no knowledge about guerrilla warfare. This is not an issue of governance. You don't just take somebody and appoint, you become head of Fako. No. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. All of this is just issue of governance. You will find people who go and have meeting for 8.5 hours. They're not talking anything about strategy, on how to free the homeland, on why there is no fighting in this area, why are things this way, why are these boys not doing this one, how can we do this one to rekindle the fighting in this angle. No, they spend all this time talking about governance, how they are going to go to the restoration council that they have to change the government, to do this, to remove this one, to put this one. That is what they do. My people, do you think any group of individuals who sit and this is the way they think can work towards liberating you? No, they will not. They are digging the hole and making sure nobody goes anywhere. I'm not going to sit here and accuse them that they're working for La Republique. La Republique has given them money. I have no evidence. But I'm thinking that the vast majority of them have good intentions. But because they have refused to listen, they are thinking that they are too big to learn. That they are too knowledgeable. They are doctors, they are barristers, they are chiefs, so they can't learn from anybody. Especially somebody like Akwanga. What can he teach us? He was there for so long. What did he do? Well, at least he kept the struggle alive. That is why you are talking about it today. He kept it alive. He and the others. So the problem we have is governance. We are now removing it from the diaspora. We are not taking it to the battlefield. That is it. All the fighting that you used to find in Batibo, what was the purpose of it? It is who will control that area. It was not on liberating Batibo. It was who will control this area. Governance. They have never sat and said, okay, I am here. Can you take that other area so that the enemy can be hemmed in? You take the other area. You take this area so that we divide it and make sure division of labor makes it easy. We are all fighting for this. No, they don't want that. They don't want that. They want a show. This has all been like some film that they are acting. It's show. Others don't perform anything. They wait for 11 February. They wear uniforms, t-shirts for children. They come and march. They sing Ambazonian anthem. How long will you sing that anthem? Is it to sing it and put on Facebook? Or you really wonder they should sing it in a House of Parliament in Boya, House of Chiefs? Because I don't see that going to happen. Propaganda. The moment they see it, they put the video out there. Oh, these people are really walking. Look at what they are doing. See this one. There are others who are here. They have run from Nigeria. They have taken monies that they were supposed to buy iron for when children came and gave them iron. They took that money, paid their flight, ran to the US. What are they doing? They spend their time spraying gossip, sending out audios. They have sent so many audios. And because they are doctors and all whatnot, people begin to believe them. Governance. Governance is the greatest problem that we have. governance. If they don't stop this madness, where Sako and his team think that the best thing they can do is to destroy Ayok Julius Tabe and every other person in prison that will make them govern, they are not going to govern anybody. They are wasting their time. They can throw insults, they can do whatever they want to do. After all, Comrade Ayok Julius Tabe and his own team, they used SCBC. They did not stop anybody. SCBC was the weapon where, even on cable, our people were watching. That was the time that we would have used the SCBC. I am telling you, even Victoria would have been under our control. It was used negatively. What happened to it? What happened? So, they can go out there and say, Ayok did this, Ayok did that. It's not going to work. If I am not that angry with Comrade Ayok for what he allowed people to do to me, attack me and my family, then which of you is trying to pretend that you are the best? Which of you? Which of you? Yes, they took the wrong course, the course of governance. But it doesn't give room for any individual to come out and pray that they should die in prison or go out in the way we are going and throwing insults. Oh, Comrade Ayok told you people that he's talking to La Republique. So you people got angry. Oh, the best way we can stop that talk is we need to denigrate him. We need to destroy him and every person who is there. No, it's not going to work. La Republique will not take permission from you to know who to talk to. I don't know why you people don't get it. It will not work. You are destroying our image in front of the international community. And the image they see is the one that these people cannot even talk to themselves. How can they govern themselves? So you can call yourself secretary of whatever, minister of what, you are not going anywhere. You go to the AGC or AGOFC, you find the same group of people there. People who have gone and told Comrade Ayaba, oh, these people are dangerous. They don't have anything on the ground. Never you talk to Akwanga. Never you do this. Because why? They want power. They're deceiving him. That there is power. No, you don't have power. There is no power. Nobody has authority and nobody will govern an Ambazonia that does not exist. Even the Southern Cameroon that exists is not yet liberated. It will not work. We got angry with Comrade John Bakuru. He was doing a lot of good work. Because he was so angry with us, he joined with Comrade Fontaine. All types of messages were coming out. Where has he ended? Now Comrade John Bakuru has come back home, we are talking. Had they not lived and created that chaos, whatever was in the house, we sat together and fixed it. Do you know how far we would have gone? Do you know how far we would have gone? What is wrong with us? What is wrong with us? What is wrong with us? Chaos. Governance. Governance. Oh, I am Director of Civil Cabinet. Secretary of Finance. Secretary of Women and Humanity. You listen to these people. Educated people. Smart young men and women. And then you ask yourself, what went wrong? What went wrong? Where exactly is this stupidity coming from? These are people with good intentions. They really want the homeland. But they go around deceiving themselves and therefore deceiving the rest of the people. Nobody is governing. I cannot sit there and claim that I'm governing anywhere. Because every now and then La Republique comes to the Mato area. We give them chance. We attack at times, they will take off and we come back. They can't claim they are governing that area. We can't claim we are governing it. That is reality. You go to the Wimbum area, it's the same thing. We have forces there. Oh, we are not doing enough propaganda. That is true. Because we don't think we can fight this war online. When I speak like this, I go, it's going to take months. I don't have time to waste. Especially to a group of people who have not only used cotton to block their ears. They have eyes they can't even see. You give money today, you don't see any action. They come again tomorrow, you give money to the same people. They don't see action, they come the next time, you give money. Then you have the audacity to go out and start insulting them. No, they are not tricking you. You are being stupid. So stop complaining. Nobody is tricking anybody. Nobody has beaten you to remove money from your pocket to contribute. You give the money without seeing results because you are a fool. You are stupid. And if you are not a fool and you are not stupid, it's because you want governance than liberation. That is who you are. I don't care what you people say. I will tell you as I see it. The number of children who are dying, the phone calls I receive at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., even when I'm sick. I've been sick here for 21 days and almost died. The moment I pick up my phone, I was in trouble. I was in trouble. Trouble all over the place. You are a group. You will go online. You want to have a live conference about kidnapping. Are you La République du Cameroon? Are you La République? You want to go and talk about kidnapping? Is that liberation? I don't get it. I don't get it. I am ready to challenge any one of you on whether this issue of governance is not the greatest travail that is affecting the struggle. And let nobody say, no, Doctor, I am not part of it. I have said it from the very beginning. In fact, when I warned from the beginning that this thing should stop, the only reason I went to Nigeria was I was convinced by Comrade Ayaba. I would say if some people might say, oh, no. He said, no, chairman, just leave it. Let us just go and see. I refused from the beginning because I knew where I was going to. I don't follow popularity. Popularity does not liberate the people. I've told the forces on the ground, their first line of defense is not the diaspora, it's the people. If you don't fall in love with the people and make the people to love you, we can give you all the weapons on earth. We will not go anywhere. That is why we are succeeding in the Mato area. We love our people and our people love us because we look after them and we protect them. Look at Fako. What you people have done to the population. What you have done? You can't hold anything. You can't hold the lines. Now you are trying to say, okay, if you have Opopo and you kill Opopo, you kill Godfather and the others, where did you go to? Where will you go to? All this stupid propaganda. I am even sorry for those of you carrying guns. I don't care which group you belong to, but you don't seem to be sorry for yourself. You don't seem to be sorry for yourself. I don't know what is wrong with you people. I have done everything on the ground quietly to see how we can set up collaboration. General Transporter has done everything trying to bring you people. He comes together and asks what is going on. You lie today, you lie tomorrow, you lie after tomorrow. That is what you guys have been doing. Spreading lies all over. Shooting your brothers on the legs. Bullets meant for La République. You see a civilian, you shoot the leg. That's it. This is what you people do. This is your own liberation. This is how you people liberate Ambazonia. This was not done by La République. It was done by you people. Not an inch of land was liberated when you do this. I don't get it. But that is why upon all this chaos that is ongoing, upon all this chaos, I still hold the people in South Africa. And I hold the people in Nigeria. And I hold those of you in the United States here, men and women of goodwill, who decided to allow their minds to be twisted and came up with this idea that the banana was ripe. It's time for us to go get it all. And then we'll decide what quantity anybody can eat. Rather than making sure that they can take the land and plant more banana that can feed the entire population. We have become a people where when you speak the truth, it becomes a problem. People just come online and accuse people, oh, this one works with this one works. They don't show one single document. They don't give any evidence anywhere. Everybody knows. Oh, my sources in La République. No, the day I'm going to tell you about my sources in La République, I will call names of that sources. So the sources, they know. My sources in La Republique, they told me that this one is working with this. This is working with this. You ask, are you guys okay? Where your evidence? Mouth. Just talk. Then you find our own brothers and sisters that we are fighting to liberate this land for them. Because we know no matter what they pay them, they are slaves. Them Bianyo and the others working with La Republique. They are more scared of losing their slave status instead of scared that they might not have freedom. They are the people spreading all these falsehoods. You tell me, if Atanganji calls me today and tell me that I gave 500 million to Comrade Sako, do you think Akwanga, I'll believe? First, if he gets my number, I'll ask him, who gave you my number? Me, I believe Atanganji, they gave 5 million. And then he's still working with La Republique. No! I don't even know why you guys don't ask yourself, why are you telling me this thing? You are telling me this story. Why are you telling me? No! They are not telling you because they love you. They are telling you because they are looking for means to help you destroy those they want to destroy. Then they end up destroying you and destroy the struggle. You don't think. Most of you have become like those children where when they are stealing in exams, you write something and you cancel. You want to write the right thing. They too copy what you wrote, and then they too also cancel. Because they don't know that you made a mistake. So you want to write the right thing. They write, and then they cancel too. Then they write the right thing. By the time you are passing your paper, the teacher will just take and look at it. Realize that this other student was sitting behind you. He just say, copying. Maybe you are even ignorant. Now they will catch you. They catch that student. Deduction of marks. In certain serious circumstances like the GCE, that is even bad. You can be suspended for 4 years. Or 5 even. That is what we have become. That is what we have become. So nobody should go as passing out audios that, oh, Akwanga, you see, he's taking his own share of the money. That is why he no longer talks. My videos are out there. Those of you spreading all this craziness, do you follow what I have been saying? Even behind the scene, what I discuss with you people behind the scene. Do you follow them? There is just so much that I cannot say here. Because I too will fall in that line of stupidity if I come and expose certain things here out of frustration or anger. I won't do that. But what I'm telling you people, and I will repeat it, the cancer of a mindset, that of governance, is what has torn our people apart. There's no other reason. It's the cancer of governance. I am talking to people who are leaders of groups that I don't know whether the groups exist. I don't know how many people are there in that group. They don't have fighters on the ground and the rest. But as long as they come up, I will talk to them. Because I think every voice counts. Every voice counts. I will listen to them. But what I want them to understand is that as much as I listen to them, our responsibilities are not the same. This is reality. The responsibilities are not the same. When you run an administrative, a political, and an armed wing, the load is enormous. It's enormous. But I respect people with ideas. I respect people with ideas. I don't hold people grudges the way people do it. I quarrel with Tumfoin. I told Tumfoin, there are people who can testify. No other group has galvanized the people of the Southern Cameroons as what Maurice did. That people came from all walks of life all over the United States. Some even flew from Europe. Came from South Africa to meet here in Maryland. I went to that meeting. I was invited. And I spoke there and I told them what is going to happen. Everybody can testify. It wasn't Maurice that was the problem. It was the approach. And it collapsed. What I said is going to happen, happened. There was one lady who was a champion who came from New Jersey. She finally went out and said she's going to use her pension to make sure she gets assassins for me and Ntumfoin. Ntumfoin didn't take it lightly. Contacted the FBI. That lady no longer talks about the struggle. She disappeared. That is what we have in this struggle. She knows herself. I don't want to call her name here. We have this type of people. So we cannot go and be doing wrong and then trying to put the blame on others. No, it doesn't work that way. Is there any Ambazonian leader or Southern Cameroonian leader who can come out here and say, I stretched a hand to talk to Brother Akwanga. He rejected me. Even those who have insulted me. Let any one of them come out and prove to me that. I need one. Even when Lucas Asu is in Canada, went online and insulted me and the rest, when I went to Canada, he approached me. I greeted him. Because I look at him, I just say, this is a young man who doesn't understand exactly what he's doing. I don't blame him. And there are many other young men and women like that. There are many of you who have prayed for me to die. You've called me all types of names. You still come back to me. I welcome you. Because that is the way it is supposed to be. That is the way it's supposed to be. You cannot say that you want to lead the people while you are expecting that everybody must praise you. It's not going to happen. And that those who don't praise you, you become perpetual enemy with them. Then you are not fit for leadership. During times of liberation, you need leadership, not governance. As the liberation reaches its last stage, you start working governance bit by bit by building up the principles of governance. You don't start governing when you have not even liberated. It doesn't work. It is not going to work. If we don't change that approach beginning now, today, this Wednesday, I can tell you that some of you should start saying bye-bye to this struggle. I'm not joking. It's not going to work. No matter how much money you pump into it, if it is not liberation, it is governance. It is the fight on who will govern, who is minister, who is secretary, who is county chair, and the rest is not going anywhere. Period. Period. And that is why I told you people don't form a government. Because even when people keep saying that a certain country said they should form government, there is no country in the world that will come and tell you to form a government and you know what liberation means to form a government. It means something is wrong with your brain. If a country really wants to recognize you, they will do what Gabon and Ivory Coast or Cote d'Ivoire did to the Biafrans. Or what the United States did to Southern Sudan, not South Sudan. They will first bring you to that country, give you a building, allow you to open a mission in that country. When you open that mission, they will sit with you, with their own counterparts, secretly, and chart a pathway. So that by the time you go out to declare a government, you already know you have the backing. How can you go out and declare government on the principle that somebody told you that? This is a lie bigger than even the one that Trump has been spinning around here in the US. And this type of lie is because people are not willing to accept that we got it wrong. People don't want to say we made a mistake. We are sorry. But let's find a way to get out of it. And it is that mistake that is causing this battle. We have created monsters. Otherwise, how can somebody go and sit and you say you are a religious person, you are praying for another person in that same struggle, in any way whatsoever, to die in prison? How can that be possible? To which God are you praying to? That is what I don't know. I don't know the name of that God. It can't be Jehovah Elohim. It can't be Yahweh Sabaoth. No, it can't be any of those two names. It can't be Jehovah Jireh. Which God? That you get so angry that your goal is, let us do everything for these ones to die in prison. And then you are expecting blessings for you to achieve your objective. You must be smoking something that is not even marijuana, not even cocaine or heroin. It's not going to happen, my people. I have to say this because nobody is bold enough to come and say this. When people will come out, they will throw insults. They will not counter what Akwanga said. They will throw insults. They will call all types of names and the rest. No. We don't have a problem on what to do. We all came to the conclusion that finally, those who do not want the armed struggle believe in it. The only error they made was, when they believe in it, they did not ask those who have an idea about it. They created their own. And it became difficult for them to manage because some of the people they created are bandits. Are bandits. This young man who has caused so much turmoil in Bisali was a Sokadefian. I sanctioned him because I knew what he was doing was against international humanitarian law. Another Sokadefian, somebody who should be more intelligent, who has worked in the US military, took him and transformed this thing to a village stuff. And he killed so many brothers. Killed children from Bichati, buried them in Bisali land. He has cursed that land. Cursed the land. This is it. He has cursed the land. This is what you people call Daiman has done. Daiman from a lieutenant, a captain, became a general overnight because somebody from Sokadev was giving him titles. Can you imagine? When Daiman was in the Pinyin area, the Pinyin people came to me. The Pinyin people too did not tell me that, doctor, can you replace that person? What did they want? Governance. We are Pinyin, we want to control our area. Did they have an idea about self-defense? No. Were they having a self-defense there before Sokadev went there? No. They want to control that area. And where were they coming from? South Africa. Why? They have just raised some small monies in dollars, whether it was $6,000 or $10,000. And some people just want to govern to sit on the money and start eating it. I pulled Sokadev out and Pinyin went into tatters. Santa, the same thing. This is the problem we have. Governance. Somebody thinks that because I come from Santa, I must control it. It doesn't work that way. If I think that there is somebody who has a know-how, who can run things in Bichati, I'm not saying that because I come from Bichati, you cannot come and run things in my village. I'll be stupid. You don't liberate a people like that. You don't. See what you have done. Others whom we know were really pro-CPDM, they took part of the self-defense group in the Bamumbu area. They have messed it up. They're now mixing it up with the fun of Bamumbu. Tell me how we will succeed. The ones in Bichati are using it to run to protect their property in the village. How is it going to succeed? And then Daiman came his own in the Bisali area. It became an issue now of competition. Village versus village. It was no longer liberating Ambazonia. It's protecting property, governing the area and saying that we are chief here. You people will not come and have a force in our area. Where has that ever worked? Look at Lebiane. We can't do anything. These are people who are supposed to be working with those of Red Dragons. Everything has died down. Now they have escaped. Polluted the land with all types of corpses that they are buried behind people's houses and the rest. That land will continue to cry that I don't even know what amount of cleansing is going to work. The same thing for Fako. It is almost all over the place. You go to Batibo, you have cemeteries, graveyard all over. The ones La Republic have done and buried people there, even buried some alive. Some of you too have done the same thing. All because of what? Governance, not liberation. No liberation. I will give advice that don't do this thing. Because spiritually it will come back to haunt you. Legally, it will not spare you. There is no way to hide. I have said these things. That it will not hide anywhere, no matter what you do. It will not hide. Because people who have committed crimes, I will not spare them as long as I'm alive and I know them. I've said this. And that is, I will begin even from Mundani where I come from. My father comes from. Because you must begin from home. I'm going to make sure justice falls on every individual who has caused chaos in that place. Who has killed innocent civilians and innocent children. I am saying this, I'm alive. You will pay for it. I will do the same thing for Fako. Nobody will be spared. I am alive. The only thing that will save you people, as you have been planning before, kill me. As long as Akwanga is alive, you will not be spared. You will not go anywhere you hear me take an audio. I pray that, oh, Comrade Ayo, Comrade Cornelius Quinga, Comrade die in prison. Never. Because I've been in prison. I know what it means. No matter what it is, we should even think for 1 second that these guys are behind bars. Whether it was they made a mistake or what, they are not there for any other thing. They are there because of the struggle. It is a shame upon any individual. It's a disgrace to this struggle. It's a pity to those who have sacrificed their lives that you find people doing this type of thing. People don't talk, don't collaborate. If everyone who has been sentenced to life imprisonment in Kondenge died, those of you who are outside, do you think that you will still have the means to govern us? You will not succeed. You will not. You will not govern any Southern Cameroonian without working together to liberate that land. You are wasting your time. Let me make it clear. Those of you with SCBC, you can go and say whatever you want to spew there. I'm ready to face all of you. Those ABC, you can go. Those with other networks, go and make your propaganda. You go and buy a whether it's 50 cents or $2 tie, put it on. Wear a jacket, go and sit and talk. People's children are moving kilometers to buy weapons. Money you don't put. You put chaos. You put power. You put nothing except chaos. I have one last segment. I'll be right back. Yeah, this will be the last segment on what I want to say. And this will be the worst, because this is where all arms, not the arms to liberate the homeland, the arms to denigrate me and attack me and say all types of crazy things is going to come out. But I don't give a damn. You see, there was something I told Dorothy Limunganjuma, that I'm very small. So even if the state kills me, definitely much money will not be needed for a coffin. These days, even we know there's cremation. I don't know what quantity my body is going to produce as dust. So I am worried, like any other human being, from dying. But I can't escape from that. It's an inevitability. If it's going to come from any of you, be my guest. You might be able to take away all the sins I've committed and give me a better way to the life in the unknown. But this is what I want you people to know. First, the only way we can stop this governance mindset, where there is this madness of unnecessary fighting, especially between two different factions, because our people don't understand what faction is. They say there's so many Amazonian factions. No. A faction is when a group is splintered into 1, 2, or 3. That is when it becomes factionalized. But when they are individual groups, they are not factions. So now, the clearest factional fighting that we have in this struggle as a result of governance is in the interim government. This is the prescription I want to give. It is not what most of them will like, but this is it. The only way we can come out from this quagmire, where Comrade Ayok and his peers and our fellow brothers and sisters who are in prison for this struggle can have a peace of mind and stay away from the barrage of non-entity that is coming out from others. And the only way those in prison should also understand that they are in prison. And that those who are outside have the freedom to think and articulate at times better than them at this stage. Not that what they think and articulate is not good, but there's limitation because of where they find themselves. Is that Comrade Sako should transform his faction of the IG into a liberation group or movement. Comrade Ayok should do the same thing. And Ambazonians who want to stand behind these two people should stand behind them. They can still hold their titles of presidents. Any group decides how their leader is called. I'm called chairman, commander-in-chief. I'm not president. AGC or AGOVC have their own president. I don't know what they do, whether they are government, that's fine. Any group can call it, some people call it directorate. I want to repeat. The IG of Comrade Sako must transform itself into a liberation movement or an organization. They can keep all their ministers or what. That is not the issue. They should become a liberation movement or liberation organization. The same thing should happen to Comrade Ayok. He should transform his own set of IG into a liberation movement or organization. By so doing, there will be no more factional fighting. There will be independent entity with the right to consult and do what they think is good for the benefit of the people of the Southern Cameroons. That's point one. That is point one. And if this is not done, I can assure you people here today, there is no way that there is going to be an entente between these two factions. Because the level of digging the ground, the level of animosity, the witchcraft, the whole notion of governance is so deadly. So much so that there are people who are ready to go to any length to make sure it doesn't work. Within them, they are there. They have drawn the catapult. And they can no longer pull it. But when they leave it, it is going to hit on each one of us. This must stop. It is not a prescription that I give lightly. Some would think that, who are you to talk about IG? Are you a member of IG? No. It is because what the two factions are doing is affecting this struggle. Otherwise, I don't have any say in it. That is why I will never go out and say, IG did this with their money, they did this. I do not give money there. I don't have the right to go talk about it. But I'm saying that what they are doing, this idea of, there would have been no insult. Nobody will go on ABC and just be throwing insult on Comrade Ayok or others in prison. It is because it's fight for governance. These people are thinking that if we don't silence these people, our power will still have problems. If we don't silence these people, that is why La Republique is there talking to Ayok because they still see him as president. No. We do not have a president. That is the position of APLM and SOCADEF. Because we do not have a country. We are a nation, a people who are distinct. You like it, you don't like it, this is reality, you can't change it. We do not have a president. But I will not stop anyone from calling themselves president or secretary of X or Y. That is not my calling. My calling is, as long as what you do affects what I do with our boys in the field and the population of the Southern Cameroons, it is my duty to speak out. So when you transform yourself into independent entity, without it being as if it is one entity that has split into two, there will be no more fighting. You can do whatever you want to do. You have the freedom to do, because there is no way out. I'm not going to tell Comrade Ayok that stay quiet, don't do anything, give up to Comrade Sako because you're in prison or vice versa. No, it's not going to work. Each of them will have something to contribute in their own way. That is the only solution to this thing. Any other thing is a waste of time. It's not going to work. I don't just say this lightly. I say this because I have communicated a few days ago, like yesterday, with Comrade Ayok, and I know what is coming out. I feel sorry for him and everybody who is in prison. To feel sorry for them doesn't mean that if somebody has made an error, I will just let the error go. I will continue to talk about it until the day individuals apologize. If they apologize, it's fine. We got it wrong. We are sorry. We'll move on. We'll continue to move on, but that is there. That is the first major way out. When that is done, When that is done, I am going to spearhead the creation of a liberation council. I don't intend to head it. I don't want to head it. I'm not interested in heading it. I'm interested in making sure that those who are fighting on the ground can stop this madness that is going on the ground. Even if we can have 80% of them under that Liberation Council, where we know exactly what is happening, I can assure you of one thing. People will hold their individual names, but it's a Liberation Council. It's not going to be a council of 50 people or 10 people. You cannot have that large number of people run self-defense. It's going to be chaotic. It's going to be chaotic. And I've explained to you people that self-defense is not just because you've been in the US Army or you work in the French Army or the British Army. No. That is not what qualifies you to be involved in it. It takes more than that. It takes more than that. This chaos is too much. The shame is too much. And as late President Rawlings said, we are moving to a position where it becomes irredeemable. Do you know when something cannot be redeemed? If an individual, you are told that you cannot be redeemed, that is all. Irredeemable. When it reaches that mark, that it becomes irredeemable. We can even open more satellite televisions and whatever. We can get money and spend as much as we want. We will not go anywhere. There is only one good thing, one good compass that is on our side. That La République du Cameroon is a hopeless state. Very hopeless. They are not only imbued with wickedness, with corruption and madness and lack of understanding what governance is. And the techniques of diplomacy, because I don't know what they teach in their ERIC and who are those who are teaching them there. Because if it was a viable state, they would have taken maximum advantage of this very vast hole that we have created for ourselves. The hole is there. But hatred, evilness, wickedness, barbarism has taken grip of them. They can go to Facebook and create pseudo account on Akwanga and other people. They can use MKPD and the rest. I've told La République du Cameroon time and time again. What is dangerous in guerrilla warfare is when the war moves from the very hot stage to the mild stage to the low level stage. Because at that time, you don't even know where the next attack is coming and how it is going to be. When you know, I'm taking this route, I know fighters will block it here, block it here, block it here. You even try to take precautions. But when you think that you are in control, that is when you are at the worst, your weakness. That is why I told La République du Cameroon. And that is why I told them in black and white, you can't win this war. You can get every person you think you want to get into DDRO. You will not win this war. The only way out is through a comprehensive negotiated settlement. But if you want to do it at your own terms, you will not be resolving the issue. You will be doing like what we used to do when you have an abscess. They take a stone, they put on fire on the cover of a pot. When the stone is hot, they come and put it on that swollen where the abscess is. What does it do? It does not bring out the emptiness, the ugliness of the abscess inside. It scatters everything. And you will think that you are normal. Maybe the abscess was on your leg. Let me tell you, the next time that abscess is coming, it will not come out from your leg. It will come out in a hidden area that for you to put that stone will be difficult. Maybe around your anus. Very serious and very painful. You can't sit, you can't stand, you can't even drink water or eat. But if you have allowed that abscess to reach the moment of ripeness, and then you incise it and the ugliness of everything inside comes out, then you know you have been treated. So that is the situation and the dilemma La République finds itself as a state. But we too, as I said, have our own dilemma. And that dilemma is what I have prescribed as the cancer of the mindset. Whether you look at APLM, you look at all the arguments that have gone between people of APLM that has to do with AGOV-C, those who left APLM or it was SCY or whatever. You can look at this thing from every angle. I can assure you there is no other thing that has caused all the chaos. It has been the issue of governance. People want to govern. People want to be in the position of power. It has not been the issue of liberation. It is time for us to start liberating our homeland. Because no matter what effort, some good people within the IG, whether it's the IG SACO, IG AYOK, or within all other entities are doing, it will amount to nothing if we don't recognize this cancer of the mindset. It will become irredeemable. And at that time, there is no amount of talking or strategy that will resolve it. You might not have another opportunity. This is the time to do it. You might not like this message, but this is the way I have to say it. You might not like me, but it is only me who have to pass this message. Because I love each one of you. Those who have insulted me, those who have not insulted me. God himself knows that. I love each one of you. Because if it is for me alone, I would have just given up this stuff. God knows. Even after shooting Felix, I love Sagat. But that does not mean if I love you, you cannot face justice. No. You will face justice so that you learn a lesson. And nobody anywhere in the world again should do this type of thing. And it goes to every other person. It goes to every other person. It doesn't mean I don't love you. It is because I love you and I want you to do the right thing. That is why I'm saying these things. And if justice is going to come and it will fall on you, I'm not going to spare you. That has nothing to do with me hating you. It has everything for me loving you and making sure the right thing is done. We don't have time. The clock is ticking. You can decide to sit quietly and begin discussing these issues and make phone calls behind the scene. Or you can decide to take up onto Facebook and begin the challenge of throwing insults and all whatnot. That is your choice. Do whatever you want to do. I've just played my role. I've told you what it is. So when it doesn't work, don't call Akwanga's name that Akwanga took money from X or Y. That is why it's not working. Because if it was left for me, we will not be where we are. If you guys have listened, we will not be where we are. The story would have been different. I don't say this lightly. I say it because I know what I'm saying. But it is for everybody. There are people who even say we are leaders. Some say if it is Akwanga leading, we better not have Ambazonia. So with that type of mindset, it's a mindset of governance. The person is not saying that we don't care hanging on Akwanga, even we don't like him to get freedom. But if it is Akwanga, we better don't have freedom. It's governance. It has nothing to do with liberation. So if we do not change now, if we do not turn the tides, it's not going to work. It will not. This is what I'm saying. It has nothing to do with La République du Cameroon. It has everything to do with our mindset. That is what it is. No one is governing anybody. You see here, I talk to every fighter on the ground. But those that I have a sway on is the Southern Cameroon Defense Force. Because I give advice, I spend my little dime, I see each one of them as my sons and daughters, as my junior brothers and sisters. The rest, I give them advice if they want it. It's for them to take or not to take. But like as I said, we cannot liberate our own portion if the entire land is not liberated. And that is the only reason why I'm saying what I'm saying. Because if I thought I could liberate my own portion, I'll just let others do whatever they are doing. and liberate my own and stay in my own and pass my own laws with my people in that area. Make sure before you enter into our own territory, you follow our laws. Unfortunately, there is going to be only one law in that homeland. It's going to be one flag, one state, one anthem, one state emblem, one government, one people under the sun, not two. I hope you have listened. The time to decide now is yours. Make your choice. Each one of you out there, you should make your choice. But the best you can do is to make quiet calls to those you can reach than to go online and re-energize the cancer of the mindset. I am just doing what I think is good for our people, playing my own part. To General Carter and to every other senior officer who has fallen either on the battlefield or out of illness, I give you my salute. For me and all those who work with me, we will do our best to make sure your sacrifice does not go in vain. We will not be perfect in the course of doing this, but we will continue to strive towards perfection. To every other foot soldier who have died and who have not been counted in the ridiculous list of 3,000 who have died so far, because I don't know where they got that list of 3,000 who have died. I don't know who gave it to the human rights organizations, to the 3,000 who have died. Why we think that we have lost more than 25,000 people, they know we have lost just 3,000. We don't know whether in downplaying the number of those who have died makes it easy for the UN Security Council not to take this matter very seriously, so that they can increase the number of those who have died in Syria and other areas. I don't know whether it is because we are black people, dark like myself, and those dying in Syria are brown-skinned people who look like Mr. Trump, and we understand how the world works. I don't know whether that is the reason they are downplaying the number of people who have died in our land. I don't know whether that is the reason they are downplaying the suffering of the people. I don't know whether that is the reason why there are some who still think that even if it was 3,000 who have died as a result of this, that is not more than too much. I don't know why. I can only insinuate. I don't know why. I don't know why. But it is for each one of us to learn our lesson. To learn from this. And to know, as I've always said, that we are on our own. Even before we have help, we must first show that we can help ourselves. We must stop this cancer of the mindset. And then we will have the moral standing to go after the rest of the world. I don't say this lightly. I am serious in what I'm saying. It is the only prescription that we have. And now is the time. Do not call my phone. Do not send me any message of congratulations if you are not ready to listen and put this in practice. If you have a conscience, it will judge you, and judge you very soon. There is no hiding out of this. We are all in this. There is no way to hide. So may God bless and protect each one of you if He desires to do so. And may our forefathers, whom we have never allowed them to die because we keep pouring libation on them, we have never allowed them to rest in peace because we keep calling upon them to be with us, that if they are listening, may they decide how this struggle will go. Now is the time for them to strike upon those individuals among us, even if I am part of them, who have decided to punish our people and cause this chaos rather than do the right thing and liberate our homeland. Let their anger strike each one that is in this. I mean each one. And let them do it in such a way that fear will come upon us, the people, and reason will prevail over governance. That let our forefathers take control. And to each one of you who have died, do not turn your back. Look upon us. Visit each one of us. You know those responsible. Bring nightmare upon them until they begin doing the right thing or they meet you where you are. The lives of every Ambazonian on ground zero is at stake. Every child, no matter from which household, which community, which tribe, their life is at stake. Every mother, every daughter, every father, every uncle, every Ambazonian, every Southern Cameroonian, their life is at stake. From Wututu to Frunkankan, from Ishobi to Widikum, from Sabongari to Nka, from Monge Maromba to Ndu, our people are suffering. They are really, really suffering. There is no amount of food we can give to them than to do the right thing. We have to do the right thing. Because death that comes from inside the house is worse than the one that comes from outside. Any one of us responsible for the suffering and the death of our people will take a greater punishment than that comes from La République du Cameroon, who have decided to annex and terrorize and enslave us. We must each answer the call. Don't tell me that you leaders should come together. Because the reality is, the reason why there is so much chaos and governance struggle is mostly out of you people who have not been bold enough to face those people whom you work with to tell them to do the right thing. It is time. Thank you very much. Yes, let me call you back in a few minutes. So let me switch off. Thank you.